Good morning, my dear students. In previous section, we were discussed about in life process chapter. Discussion point is transportation. It means circulation. At that time, we all are discussed what is mean by circulation and how the process of transportation takes place in animals. Afterwards, blood and components of blood is all are already known. There are totally two components. First one is plasma, second one is blood. In blood, again we see what RBC, it means red blood corpuscles, WBC, white blood corpuscles, and platelets. Afterwards, discussed about functions of blood. Finally, how the maintenance of platelet count takes place in our body. Today, let us see schematic representation of human heart. Yes, my students, first of all, heart is an muscular pumping organ that pumps out the blood into blood vessel. Is called what a heart. Yes, first of all, it is termed as muscular pumping organ. Yes, what is the function of heart? Yes, pumping of blood. Yes, it is a muscular organ whose size is as big as our fist. It is situated in between the lens, slightly tilted towards the left. Yes, my dear students. First, size of heart is over fist, as well as where it is situated is tilted at the left side of our body. Human heart is four-chambered. How many chamber? Four-chamber. Its four different chambers are meant for prevent mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. The second one is heart is four-chambered. Heart is four-chambered. Yes. It is four-chambered. Yes. It prevent oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. It means intermixing of oxygen rich blood as well as carbon dioxide rich blood. Yes, first of all, heart is have totally four different chambers. How many chambers? Four chambers. It means two atriums as well as two ventricles. Atrium as well as ventricles. Here, atriums there are totally two. Left as well as right atrium as well as ventricle. Left as well as right ventricle. Left as well as right ventricle. What is the function of atrium as well as ventricle? Yes, my dear students, they both are responsible for water. They can prevent the intermixing of oxygenated as well as deoxygenated blood in our heart. First of all, atrium. There are two atrium, that is left and right, separated by intra-auricular septum. Yes, my dear students. Here, left as well as right. left as well as right. Here both are separated from water. Intra-auricular septum. Yes. Ventricle is under main point. This atrium is termed as what? Atrium is termed as upper chambers. Yes. A second one is ventricle. There are two types. How many types? There are also two types. Left ventricle as well as right ventricle. Left ventricle as well as right ventricle. The two inferior chambers of heart are right and left ventricle, separated by an intraventricular septum. Yes, my dear students, these separated from what? Intraventricular septum. Yes, two atriums, it means left as well as right atriums are separated from an intra-auricular septum, as well as left ventricle as well as right ventricle, both are separated from what? Intraventricular septum. Ventricles pumps blood through the arteries so that they have thicker walls as compared to atrium. Yes, my dear students, what happened? Arteries can only receive water, blood through veins. That's why these are thick. But these are termed as what? Thick wall. Why? Because ventricles pump blood through the arteries, so they have a thicker walls. Let us see pumping action of heart. Yes, before discussing about pumping action of heart, mainly my dear students, all of you remind and remember once again what is heart. First point is heart is a muscular organ. This is the function of heart, is what? Pumping of blood where entire body cells. Next, heart has a four chamber. It means two auricles as well as two ventricles. Yes. It means what is the main function of four chamber of heart? That is prevention of mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Next, arteries. There are totally two. One is left auricle. Second one is right artery or auricular. Third one, next one is ventricle. This here ventricle is also classified into how many types? Two parts, left as well as right. And next one is what? Atrium. Atrium is termed as what? Upper chamber. They are also separated from what? Intra-auricular septum. Yes. Next one is ventricle. Ventricle here. Left as well as right ventricles are separated from an intraventricular septum. Yes. Let us see pumping action of heart. First of all, the blood is received from what? Left atrium. Left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the lungs. Yes. Carefully observe. Dear students, here first point is left atrium. Yes. What is the function of left atrium? Yes, it receives oxygenated blood from lungs. Yes, it means the first process of pumping action is takes place where? In a left atrium. Yes. Then pulmonary veins, it means from lungs from a pulmonary vein. During this collection, the left atrium relaxes. It then contracts while left ventricle expands, so blood is transferred to it. Yes, it means the blood is then transferred. Lungs to where? Pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins. Next to pulmonary veins. Then it relax. Afterwards, what happened, my dear students? Left atrium is contracts. What happened? At the time, blood is entered where? In and left ventricle. Yes, observe it carefully. First of all, left atrium can receive water oxygenated from a lung via pulmonary veins. Afterwards, it relaxes as well as contracts. The blood is then supplied in and left ventricle. As the left ventricle contracts, the blood is then pumped out for circulation in the body. Yes, my dear students. Next, the process of contract takes place where contract. It means left ventricle is contract. What happened? Blood is transferred from heart to all parts of the body. From all parts of the body. Yes, my students. What happened when left ventricle is contract? At that time, what happened? The blood is transferred from heart to all parts of the body. Next, deoxygenated blood is entered to right atrium as it expands. What happened? Deoxygenated blood is entered. Therefore, what the right atrium? What is the function of right atrium? It's receiving our water. It receives deoxygenated blood. Yes. When it expands, when the right atrium contracts, the corresponding lower chamber, that is right ventricle, delayed. Deoxygenated blood thus enters in it, which in turn is pumped to lungs for oxygenated. Yes, my dear students, what happened? Yeah, right atrium is contract. Yes, it contracts. Right atrium is contracts. Then deoxygenated blood. What happened? Deoxygenated blood is entered where? In and left ventricle. Yes, here the process of relaxation takes place. Relaxation. Then the blood is transferred where? In and lungs. Why? Further, the process of oxygenation. The process of oxygenation. This is the pumping action of heart. Yes. My dear students, all of you carefully observe here. Yes, in which type of a process takes place in our heart? First of all, heart is heart has a four chamber. Yes, left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, and right ventricle. Yes, first blood is oxygen-rich blood is entered where? And left atrium. At the time, it receives oxygenated blood from lungs via pulmonary veins. Next, it relaxes as well as the process of contraction takes place at the time. So, oxygen-rich blood is entered in a left ventricle. Then it contracts. What happened? The oxygenated blood is supplied entire our body parts or entire our body cells. Afterward, the process of exchange of gases takes place. At the time, deoxygenated blood is entered where? In our right atrium. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood. Then it contracts. The deoxygenated blood is then entered in a left ventricle. Finally, relaxes. Contract. The process means the transfer of the deoxygenated blood from right ventricle to lungs. In this type, the pumping action of heart is takes place. Yes, my dear students, all are discussed. pumping action of human heart. Thank you.